Hello, hello, this is Sarah, and I am here with a bit of a market update. It is the 18th of August, around that, maybe the 19th. I get my days mixed up a little bit, as every day is a new day in real estate. So what's going on? There is low inventory. I think in the spring of 2023, a lot of sellers clued in to the fact that inventory was very low, and they took their time over the summer preparing their home to list. And I think that if my brokerage is any example, the fall will be a bit of a busier season. We're seeing homeowners pop back up. We're preparing some listings that are about to drop, that we might do some sneak little video reel stuff for. But there's some great stuff that's coming up, and I think that there will be a demand for it. Interest rates are higher than they've been in a bunch of years. I always like to refresh people that like COVID end times, we were at 5.5%, 6% interest, and now we're looking at 6.5%, 7.5% sometimes if you have a less lovey relationship with your loan officer or some bad credit or something like that. But it isn't exponentially higher, and I do see that the market is settled compared to 2021 and 2022. It was an unrealistic pace to continue at any way you slice it. So I do feel that the trajectory of interest in Newburgh and the mid-Hudson Valley is continuing along the trajectory that it was on, and the experience of having a lot of homeowners move up to the Hudson Valley during COVID is sort of accelerated that for a minute, but then we're still sort of bumped interest, bump up, and we're still seeing the interest trend line continue. Interestingly, a lot of COVID houses that were purchased during those times, folks are getting forced back to work. Everybody thought we're going to be remote working. Employers gave that guarantee. You can stay remote forever, move to Wyoming, do what you want, move to the Hudson Valley, a less dramatic option. But those folks are getting called back to the office now, and I am seeing there's just a couple anecdotal stories some that I am involved with and some that I'm not, where folks have to sell their house that they bought in 2021, 2022. So moving on to greener pastures, realigning to the new normal, and I think that that's also that's normal. It is what it is. Most of those loans that were given out during that period had very advantageous terms, so it's hard to see those loans get sort of cashed out. But that said, they're probably not prepayment penalties either, so those folks are gonna do just fine. So that's what I have to say about the market right now. I don't see a ton of it's not wild and crazy, but it's not dead. We're working with tons of buyers, and at the end of the day, there's people who are electing to move because the terms are really juicy, which is what we saw over the last couple years. And then there's just you retire, you downsize, you move to an area for a job, etc., etc. The rentals we have going are going strong, so I think we're okay for now, although there certainly is a lot of chance and instability and unpredictability involved in life and financial systems, as always, and there have certainly been a lot of manipulations and guesswork happening in bigger financial systems over the last couple years, and we are all just part of a great real estate and financial independence experiment. So enjoy the ride. See ya.